Public comments? Minor, one call upon, please approach the podium, state your name and address for the record, 3 minutes. First up is Mary Beth Snyder.
Good afternoon. My name is Mary Beth Snyder from Archuleta County here. I want to ask,
please.
oh, sorry?
Could you publicly say your address?
Oh, yeah, sorry, 40 Birch Bay Court, Pagosa Springs. I wanted to ask Alvin if you could please help push San Juan Basin to public health to have meetings in person, or to have a meeting with the people of this community where we can carry on a dialogue. Could you, I'm just asking that you push that issue, because they're not listening to me. Thank you.
Thank you for bringing it up the last meeting. Okay, Bethany Jones.
Hi, my name is Bethany Jones. My address is P.O. Box 3595, Pagosa Springs. Hello, my name is Bethany Jones. I'm a resident of Archuleta County. I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a business owner, certified self-talk trainer, a wife, and a homeschool mom. I'm here today to address a few concerns that are steadily rising among our community. In the Pagosa Sun article from October 14th, 2021, both Alvin and Ronnie stated, "I won't be wearing a mask for the San Juan Basin public health meeting reference. Clearly, you value your freedoms. As our elected public officials, we are asking you to stand for ours." Alvin, you sit on the board for San Juan Basin Public Health as a representative for Archuleta County. At last week's meeting, comment after comment after comment after comment was made by Archuleta County residents stating their dissatisfaction with the dictatorship of Leanne Jolin. When it came time for your update, all we heard was the Discovery Committee needed more time. Nothing about San Juan going into our high school and promoting the discriminatory Junior Heroes program, despite the fact that at our last school board meeting, it was packed with upset community members and parents. Our superintendent has since resigned. Nothing about Leanne's comment in our paper, and I quote, "Keep this emergency going as long as necessary," and nothing about the long presentation full of models, but little actual scientific data that Leanne said at that meeting. In this position, you represent our county, which boasts of being conservative and pro-freedom. The health department does not make laws or declare unending emergencies. And we need you to stand up to this. On August 17th in 2021, a mere 5 months ago, I sat in this very room while you all signed a reaffirmation of the Constitution. There's a comment to the effect that the board wasn't into feel-good resolutions, and this was already part of the job. People of this county are awake and aware and watching as sheriffs from around the country, millions in Canada, you guys are watching that, stand against unlawful mandates, uphold our Constitution and our Bill of Rights. As is, no editing needed. As Rich Valdez, our sheriff, felt compelled to do before this affirmation was signed. Help me understand why our public servants, waving their Republican flags, are attempting to segregate and enforce masks, saying things like Warren did 3 weeks ago, and I quote, "I'm not going to argue the constitutionality of wearing a mask or not wearing a mask. It's not a law, it's our policy." And a mere 8 days later, you sat at a crowded table across from me at Benny's restaurant with no mask, nodding in agreement with the NRA speaker who referenced the scandemic multiple times. In case you had forgotten, policy will never uphold in a court of law. However, our Constitution and our Bill of Rights will. This kind of hypocrisy must stop. People in this community are losing faith and growing frustrated rapidly. I'll tell you what we want. We want truth, integrity, honesty, transparency. We want you guys to stand for our public rights and our freedoms. And we're asking if you would be willing and able to do that for us. Thank you.
Bethany Cole.
Hello, Bethany Cole, P.O. Box 5976, Pagosa Springs. I'm actually going to echo what Bethany Jones just said. On August 17th, we sat in this room This entire board signed the affirmation reaffirming the protection of our constitutional rights. Mr. Shaw, you did state that you don't do feel-good resolutions, but due to the circumstances, you felt inclined to do so. Are these circumstances tangible? You also have stated that you can't please everyone. Well, we're not asking you to please everyone. We're asking you to uphold your oath to the Constitution of the United States, to uphold the Constitution of Colorado, and to protect our God-given rights. In fact, I asked you all to do this as far back as June 2020, then again in September 2020, in October 2020, and the list goes on. When this board states that the community needs to voice their concerns, how do we go about doing that? We have seen our concerns fall on deaf ears, and the resolution reaffirming our rights goes ignored. How much louder can we get? Perhaps the board should be required to take a constitutional law class. The 14th Amendment gives us due process. It guarantees us equal protection under the law. So why in the world are people being stripped of their rights? Why are our elected officials failing to stop discrimination of the free people? Over the last 2 years, we've seen a new form of discrimination arise, and we have to stop it. The Declaration of Independence says that everyone has the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Your duty is to protect those rights of the citizens of this county. It also states that our elected officials, if they fail to do so, we have the right to resist and the duty to remove them. Look around you. You've had 2 years to uphold the rights of the people of this county, yet have failed to do so. We, the people, have the duty to make that change. What you see happening all over the world right now is a great awakening. The people reclaiming their government for the people, by the people. What side of history would you like to be on? Thank you.
Okay, time to close public comments.